Hello everybody and welcome back to World Mosaic 6 here on the channel. We are going to be continuing where we left off in the last video. If we make it to the bonus puzzles in this video, we'll just start them immediately. These videos again are going to be longer videos, so if you guys are enjoying World Mosaic 6, hit the like button and the subscribe button below. And let me know some other games you'd like to see on the channel once we finish World Mosaic, the entire franchise for it. So... wow, this one just looks dreadful to start off the day. Maybe two here. And I'd hope it'd go like this. You can't have one here or here. Okay, so the 6 is obviously somewhere in there, because I'm a genius. Maybe 2 here, and then a 2 there. This is 416, 4 space 1 space, close, so we can go 5 here. And this 9, worst part about it is I don't think even if I used a hint, it would help. Especially for this one. 1 here. Okay, I can get rid of that. 2 here, there's the 6. And this 10 can only go to there, so we can get rid of this. That doesn't even have to be the 8, this can be 2. What if there's a 3 here, though? This might go straight across. 1 space, 1 space, 4 space. Honestly, closer than I expected, but no. And now this is going to be the 8, so it can't go there. And that's a 1. This is a 2. Didn't necessarily have to be a 2, but I was hoping. That's a 3. Is there anything that we can work off of? Besides... okay, so this can't be a 2 here. That's a 5. And I don't know where any of this 10 is. At this point, I've been basically just guessing for everything, so naturally I don't really have a lot of, oh, is this just the 9 right here? Wow. Is there anything I can use to help me with this one? Maybe this 8 and 2? Is this just straight from the bottom? Not even close. Okay, so the 9 goes straight to the bottom. The 8 starts there. Let's see if that helps out. So 8 there, 9 from the bottom. I guess we could have gotten that 10 and a 7, but I do like to at least try to win without using so many hints. That there. This can go 1. This is just to a 5. That's a 2. That's a 1. We're not sure if there's a 2 here or there. This can go to there, that's a 1. 2 here. This is a 1, this is a 4. This has to be a 1. This can't go to there. I feel like we just found where we were on this side, but just on the other side. Why does it always have to be the difficult ones immediately when I record at the very start of these videos? 3, and... what did we know? 2 here? And 1 had to go there. 1 there, get rid of that. Can't go there. Can't go here. There was another 1 here. I remember that. Can't have anything there. Problem is it could be 2 space. If that was the case, we'd know. Okay, that is actually the case. Well, not necessarily. It could be a 2 up here and then a 1 as well, so... this is a very obnoxious puzzle. These are both 1s. Which means nothing there. Nothing there either, can't go there, so this has to be the 2. Actually, that was not what I was hoping for, because we have basically no help from there now. This 7-4. 7 space... No, but I could probably go 4 here. Which lets me find part of the 7 there. Now, again, because of how small these numbers are, that doesn't even help. 1 here. Now we know it can't go there. We know this can go to 6. We know this as well can go to 6. So nothing there. And this can go to 7, actually. Is this just straight across now? 1 space, 1 space, 1 space. No. But technically it is. 2, 1, 1. Because of the location of the first part of the 2. This is a 5, then there's 1 here. And this is just a 4, so it's done. This is part of the 5, and then done to there. Can't be here, because that's only technically a 7, so we can't have anything there. This can go up to 4. So now this is a 4 to here. This is a 5, let's get rid of this. And this now can be gotten rid of all the way up to there. We could put 1 here. That's not going to be a 6, because that would be the 7. And this is a 1, we can go 3 here, getting rid of the rest of that. Getting rid of that. 1 here and 1 there. This puzzle is very obnoxious. Technically this could be a 5 and then a 2 underneath it. 2 here. This has to at least have something. This can be connected. Get rid of that. 6 here. So that's a 3 space and then a 1. And that is in fact only a 2. The 5 is there. Get rid of this. I said the wrong thing. I'm glad I didn't listen to myself there. 8. Get rid of that. And this is a 5 now. And there's nothing there. So this is part of a 2. And there's nothing here. And this 3 is in fact here, not there. And this can go up to 6, which finishes that entire row, and half of that row. This has to be a 2, finishing this. Can't have anything there. This can now go down to a 9. This had better be the last set of puzzles. 2 and a 1 gets rid of this. And this goes to 8, as well as that. And this, but then this is just a 7, so there is the 8 and 2, get rid of that, and that's a 1, so now what? I love how we're back to where we started, basically. I still don't know what is going on here at all. Why? So 3 has to go over here somewhere. 1 here, so there's a 3 there. Gets rid of this. I'm hoping that wishful thinking will get me through this. I'll just continue ignoring my problem until we have no choice but to confront it. 3 has to go here. Getting rid of all of this. 2 here. Gets rid of that and this. And all of that. That's a 2. And somehow we have yet to get the help we needed. So there's only space for a 2 in 2 different locations. It can't go here, so it has to go there. That's just how I'm going to have to start doing things, I guess. I don't want to use critical thinking. Not in a puzzle game early in the morning. 3, get rid of that. 2 here, get rid of this. This is 7, so we have the same thing as the other one. 8 there, and then a separator here, and then a 2. This is the 4 here, gets rid of that, and this. 2 there, that's the 1 underneath the 6. Get rid of that. Has to be 2 1s, so 1 here, gets rid of this, and then a 1 there. I'm glad I did not just immediately expect that to go straight up to the top. I literally have no idea what I am making right now. 1 there, 1 here. For all I know, it is a village of some sorts, but I don't know. 10 here. Not that if I knew it'd help at all, as I've discussed before. But sometimes I feel like if you knew what exactly it was, you'd know that, no, there's supposed to be something there. Wow. 10 minutes on the first puzzle. What even is... Oh. Sword and two-front battle. What? Okay. Just get this out of the way. And 1 there. Let's get back to where we were. It's funny because I don't think any of the bonus puzzles are ever this hard. And by that I'm meaning the last time bonus levels were as difficult as the last set of the main story was that flower one? Was it the flower one that was really impossible? From like World Mosaic 2, I think. So yeah. This one being so obnoxious in terms of difficulty when it started off so simple. It does scream World Mosaics, but I really wish they'd stop. 3 here. Get rid of that entirely. Get rid of this. And we can go 1 here, so then we can go over 3. It's definitely not something there, at the very least. There's the 12. This is a 1, so there's the 4. 1 here, and this is actually an 8. And that's a 4 already. No, there's nothing there. 3 here. Reason I knew there was nothing there is if that's the 2, then that's obviously done, but if it's not the 2, it's the 3, there's enough space for a 2 here. That's the logic I was using. Probably doesn't actually check properly, but sometimes you have to take guesses. 7 to there. Now we can go 6 here, and up to 7 there. And these guaranteed are going to connect. Nothing there or here. Nothing there either. This is going to go to the 9. This as well will go to a 9 probably, but I'm kind of getting sick of just guessing and hoping. 10 to here, get rid of that. There's 1 here. 2 here. 1 there. Those weren't complete guesses. Now this has to go to the 10, right? Because there's not enough space for a 10 now. 2 here, 2 there. This is a 3, get rid of that. There's a 9 here. Okay, 1 there. And this has to go to the 8, so there's going to be a 1 here, getting rid of that. Which, I would have guessed that just because that removes any help I have from over here. That's how you know you're playing a World Mosaic. So, now what? Now what do I do? Do I have anything else to work with? This is a 1, so this can go over to here. There's nothing there. Nothing. Nope. This has to go to the 3, get rid of that. So this can go up 4, but then there's nothing guaranteed there. I'm hoping this goes to the 1. Nice. So is this just... That has to go to here now. Yeah. And then the 4 is here. Getting rid of this. This is the 7, which gets rid of that and this. And then there's a 2 there and a 2 there, finishing this. Well, there we go. Progress. Finally. It's been so long since I've seen progress. 1 here. 5, so this can actually go to there now. Getting rid of all of that. This can go up 1, so can that. So can this. That's a 3. Then there's a 2 here. This is a 1. 3 space. Now, so we can go 1 here. Gets rid of all of that. And nothing here either. Can't have anything there. Okay, this 10 can go up to there. Get rid of the rest of this. That's the 2 here. So there's the 8. Also, that has been this loud all morning. If you can hear it at all, I'm sorry. The cars have been just terrible this morning. They're usually bad, but today has been exceptionally loud. 1 here, get rid of that. 6 there, get rid of this. 5 here. 1 there. And... how am I going to figure out where anything is down here? That's my real concern right now. Can't have anything there, so the 1's going to have to go here. 3 there. And this is a 2 already. Okay, so great. So this entire top right area and the entire bottom left, I have no idea what's going on. Just none. And completely random guessing. That's just so fun. 1 there, get rid of all of this. I don't know what's... how am I ever supposed to figure this out? How was I ever supposed to know that? Given this image, and given what I am looking at on the screen, how am I supposed to figure out where these 2's are? That's just a random guess. There's a 2 over here? Great, so then 1 here. No. 1 here? Great, yeah, how would I know? Let's figure out where the 1's are over here, too. So 1 there, 1 there. Okay, so top right is 2 off. I'm just gonna have to do this again. Go this, like that. And the first attempt at this probably got edited out because of how long it was, so I'll just put it this way. They gave me basically no help for the entirety of the bottom left and the top right area. Just no help at all. Random guessing in the middle of nothing. I'm actually pretty impressed by it, because I think that was probably the worst... This is probably the worst puzzle I've ever seen in terms of just the fact that there's supposed to be some level of thought in this game for the player to feel like that they actually have a chance. That was literally just guessing based on, I guess, pattern recognition. But there was no patterns. So you'd have to basically just go, oh, well, this entire puzzle, they haven't been doing it this way, so now they're going to start. Like, imagine some of the puzzles where I'm doing, like, a portrait, and you'd naturally, the face has to kind of connect. Imagine that was what it was the entire rest of the time, but then that specific time, it wasn't. Now, how would you know that? I don't know. They'd probably say use the hints. But that's not supposed to be the point of the game. You know, it's not supposed to be a hint simulator. 6, that's a 2. This has to be a 1 here. We can get a 3 there, get rid of that. 1 and a 1. This has to be a 2. I guess technically it didn't have to be a 2, but I was hoping. This is a 3 here, and then I do know that the 12 is right there. And 1 here, so that's a 2, get rid of that. This can go to a 5. And pretty sure the 9 wasn't there. It's here. That's one of the things I got wrong on the first attempt. And this goes to an 8. Get rid of that. And this can go... Well, this is a 4 here. Get rid of that. And this is an 8 there. It's actually kind of crazy just how much more difficult it becomes after you get through maybe a couple of levels. First few in this, I swear, were easier. And then all of a sudden, the difficulty just skyrockets. It's like, okay, that, for no reason. Could be the last puzzle of the, or the last set of the game, yeah, but the other ones were simple. Nothing there. And nothing here. Have a 1 there, so this is the 4 here. Then a 3 there, get rid of the rest of that. That's a 1. This has to be the 5. Get that connected there. And this is going to be connected here. So that's 4, get rid of that. 3 there, so 4 here. Worst part about it is I am not guaranteed to win this now. Because again, I still don't know a lot of what's going on over here. So 2 has to go here. 2 there, get rid of that. And all of that. And that's a 2 here. There's a 10 to there, get rid of the rest. I'm trying to remember which ones I used the 2 on, and now I can't remember. First part about it is I woke up with a good overall vibe for the day, and then a truck drove by, and since then my headaches are just slowly trying to get back into my head. 3 there, get rid of the rest of that. 2 here, get rid of this and this. 1 there, so there's a 2 here. This is a 1. I believe this, well, no, this has to be a 1 too. The 3 is here. So that there, get rid of the rest of this. This is the 3. And that's a 3 there. As you can see, it's just making its way to making this 5 out of 5 basically impossible. Well, this is going to be a 3, so 2 there. 2 here. Nice. I love guessing. It's so fun. So this can't go there, 1 here. And this can go 1 more here. Can't have a 2 here. The 2 has to go here, that means. 1 there, get rid of this, and this. So nothing here, or there. 2 there, get rid of that. 2 here, get rid of this, 1 there. Rest of that is nothing. 2 there and a 1. And now let's go back up here and actually finish the rest of these. That's a 3, get rid of that. Nothing here. So this is the 6, get rid of this and this. 3 here, get rid of that and that. 1 there. That's a 2. This is a 4. Yes. 1 there, 1 here, and 1 there. Honestly, if I ran the Browns' offense as carefully as I'm playing this game, I'd probably be undefeated. 1 here, get rid of that. 1 there, get rid of this. That's a 1 already. 1 has to go here. So 1 there. That's a 2, and there's the 1 there. What did I just make? 2 puzzles have taken 27 minutes of recording time. That's not normal. What is that? Hannibal defeated. Why is that his hair? Gun ho on the idea that the 3 being there was way too obvious. It's actually where the 3 is. Now watch this one be very easy, and if I'd been thinking that the game was going to stay with the difficulty of the first few areas, would have been very simple to complete this one. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. My head hurts so much. Get rid of that, and this, and 1 here. Get rid of the rest of this. So the 4 is just there. And by that I'm meaning right here. I just don't know where it is completely. Does this go straight across? 4 space 1 space 1 space 1 space 1. Honestly, way closer than I expected it to be to straight across, but no. Nothing there. This is just an 8. Well, this is something. 2 there. So, here's the issue right now. If there's only 1 there, and then 1 here, and a 2, or it could be 1 here, 2, or 1 here, 2. Not really much to work with again. 1 here. Okay, so we know there's something there, and that gets rid of all of this. So it can't be there at all. There's a 1 here now. Get rid of that. Which that did a ton, just immediately. Get rid of that. And that's another 1. I really don't know. I don't know where I should continue this. Maybe 1 here now? Wow. Literally, I just looked at this 4-1 and this 1-4 and went, ah. I don't know why that would help me out at all, but it did. Okay, get rid of all of this and all of that. And all of that. 4 here. Get rid of this. That can't be a 3, so the 1's got to go there. 3 here. We can go to 3 there. Get rid of that. 1 here. Nothing here either. This has to be the 1. 2 there. So this can go to 4 now. Oh, we know where the 16 is. 2, 3. Get rid of all of that. 1 there. Get rid of this. There's the 2 there. And what did I tell you about this becoming easy randomly? 2 here. I just don't get it. I don't know why games have to choose the most random difficulties. This game's difficulty is literally, it's like they put the game files into a folder for like each puzzle and then just randomized the order. And they were like, this is what the difficulty is actually going to be. You never know what we're thinking. Is this the easiest puzzle you've ever done in the final set? Or is this the most difficult puzzle you've ever done in the final set? I don't know. Heck, the first puzzle of the game might be the most difficult. This is a 2, so 2 there. This is a 3, get rid of that, and this. That's a 2, this is already a 3, that's only a 1. I already have a 1 there, 1 here, and there. Get rid of this. I can't have anything here. The 2 is already there, so you can get rid of all of that. That is a 1 already. This can go up to a 5. And can't have anything here, so the 8's just to there. Get rid of the rest of that. This has to be a 1 here, get rid of that. So this has to be a 1 here, get rid of the rest of this. I don't want to make stupid mistakes for no reason. Stupid mistakes with a reason, obviously, is the better route. Whatever that means. 5. 1, 2, and there needs to be 3 more. And now there has to be a 1 here, get rid of this. Has to be a 1 there, get rid of that. 1 here, get rid of this. 1 there, get rid of that. These are all 1s, so this 4 has to go over here, which makes this the 2, get rid of this. There's a 1 here, get rid of that, and all of this. Are we any closer to figuring out what is going on with this? 1 in here, get rid of that, and then a 1 there. That hopefully 1 has to go here, 1 there, and 1 here. I'm really glad I didn't continue with that pattern down there because I would have lost. La Forge escapes. And let's start it again. 9. Is it possible to tilt at a puzzle game? 6, 2, and 3 here. Now see, this is honestly why I should have continued doing it the way I was doing it before, being the fact that taking breaks in between world mosaics. Now that I'm trying to complete the whole franchise in a row, you can see the many flaws that I am finding. Not really flaws, more of just game design that doesn't make a lot of sense. 5. Nothing here. It's more of a matter of like personal preference. I would prefer my games get more difficult as I move forward in the game, not just randomly shift back and forth. I've never been a huge fan of boats. 5 here, 2 there, 1 there, get rid of this, 2 here, get rid of that. Okay, this can go up to 7, this can go to 5, this can go to 7, this can go to 13, which actually finishes all of that. So there's a 4 there, this can now go to 3, get rid of this. And it literally has to go 4 and then 5 here. And then this can go to a 9, get rid of that. This goes to a 4, 2 here. This can now go to a 5, that's a 6. And that to a 6, 3 here, get rid of this, and this. 8, 14, this is a 13 now. 6 here. Notice how much easier this is for no reason at all. Would they max out the difficulty, they could make it. 2 here, 4 there, to a 7, 1 there, 2 and then 2. This can go to a 4, that's a 3, so this goes to a 4 there. 2 here, get rid of that. This goes to a 6. And a 5 there. Get rid of all of that. And this is a 1. 3. Okay. 7 and 7. Another car driving by that sounds like it's trying to compete with Hellfighter droids in Star Wars. Nothing to see here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but does anybody know if that's good for the car to be that loud? Because I feel like the answer should probably be no. 8 here, get rid of that. 13 to there. 17. That's a 4. This is a 3 here then. 7 there. 11. That's a 6. 4 there. This can go up to there, 2 here, gets rid of this. That's a 1 down here, there's the rest of the 5. This goes up to an 8. And that there, this can go to a 4. This has to be connected to the 7 because it's the only place the 7 can be. Get rid of that. That's a 4. This goes to a 5. And this can go to 5. And then we have 3 2s. Get rid of this. Can't have part of the 6 there. 4 here. Now has to be a 6 here. There's that 2. This has to go to 5 here. Gets rid of all of that. This now can go to a 5 here. That's a 2 there. This is the 2. No, it's not. Not guaranteed. There's a 1 here. 3 here. The whole house is getting vibrated again. I apologize. 6 there, and then a 1 here. I'm really glad I did not click that one area, because I would have been very angry. And now we are literally just making T-Rex skulls. Are we still not done? It just was talking about the age of dinosaurs. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. We're still not done. Okay, so Conscriptosaurus Rex. And I think this 3, 12, 3 is straight across. Yes, it is. Now this over here isn't. So 1 there, get rid of that. And also, really sorry if you guys are hearing a ton of stuff in the background. Just know that there is basically no times now for me to record during a day. At night, the dogs bark, basically until a point where I need to go to sleep. During the day, there's been basically people using the same tool for 3 straight days, the entire day. And every single truck driving by, remember, is louder than most vehicles that are designed to be loud. So it really is very difficult to do recordings right now. I'm trying my best to get a bunch of recordings done ahead of time so that when we get ready to start the move, I can be prepared to help out. And it's really tough. Especially when everybody in the house has got issues with like migraines and stuff, myself included. And yeah. It's not a fun time at all. Up to a 6, and get rid of that. And this here, up to a 4, there's a 5 there, 3 here. This can go over to a 5, 2 there, get rid of the rest of that. This can go up to a 4, there's the 8. 4 here, there's an 8 there. This has to go here. Get rid of that, get rid of this. Now, can't have a 3 here. So this is just 6 and then 3. This has to be a 2 here and then a 3 there. Get rid of that. That's the 7. That's a 1. There's a 2. Here's a 4 and a 3. Get rid of that. This can go over to 6, then 3, and then 1. Over to 4, 2, 2, 1. There's a 3 here. There's a 5 there. This goes up to a 7. 2, 2, and 3, 3. Get rid of that. That's a 3, then the rest is a 4 here. I don't know why the difficulty has again lowered. This goes to a 7. This is just a 4 here. I feel like I'm just getting to a point where maybe there are just puzzles that they never wanted anybody to actually play. So they made the puzzles that are the ones that they didn't want people to play. Impossible. That way, if you got to them, they'd be like, well, if they can't even get past this puzzle, then they don't deserve to see the future puzzles. I'm creating an arc for World Mosaic. Over to a 6, get rid of that. That's a 2 there and a 1 here. This can go over to a 7. Can get rid of this now. This is a 4 here and a 1 there. All of that is done. This is a 1 here. This is a 1. 1 here. This goes up to an 8. Get rid of the rest of that. 2. 1 and 1. Get rid of that. 1 here. Get rid of this. 4 there. Get rid of that. This is a 2 and that's a 1. 4 minutes and 20 seconds when there was like 6 puzzles in the last one that took 10 minutes. Rainforest. Yeah, okay. I don't really see how that's a rainforest. You probably would have just been better off sticking rain in the background and been like, see, forest, rain. Boom. 1, 1, and 16. And that somehow actually helps out more than half of them that are just the 20 straight across half the time. Never mind, that's not true. Having a headache is fun. Four here, 2 there, 2 there, get rid of that. This and this. This is a 1. If the 2s were going to be anywhere, they'd be there, but they're not going to be. So 2, 2, 1? No, actually, this is just done. This is just straight across now. And it actually finishes 2 more rows completely. Never can tell how these puzzles are going to go. Especially this one, I mean, this one's basically finishing itself. Like, it literally is just so fun. I'm just wondering, it's gotta be louder for the people who are sitting on the devices. Do they enjoy hearing loss? Like, is that just a thing people enjoy getting now? 1 there. 5 literally has to be there. The 7 has to be there. This 9 has to be there. So now we know that the 4s aren't here or here. So this now has to be the 7. Get rid of that. This can go 2 here. Now 4 space. That's actually enough space for 2 space 4 space 2. Yeah. So nope. No help there. Never mind. We have help now. These are 4s. And that's a 3. That's a 3. This can go up to 4, so can this here. Get rid of that and this. And this is a 5. These are 3s. This goes to a 6 here and there. Get rid of this and this. This is a 1, so you can have 1 here. This is a 1, so you can have 1 here. 1, 2, 1. Maybe. Could be that. What about this? 2 space, 1 space, 1 space, 3. That's just straight up and down. Okay. Thank goodness. Now then, I can get rid of that there, and that's just it. So I can't go there. 2 more 1s on this side. And 1 space, 1 space, 4. Like this. Get rid of that. 1 here, get rid of this. That's just the 1 for that. That's already done too. This is going to at least be like that, and this is actually a 4, which I didn't notice until then. Like that. And 1 here, get rid of this. 1 there, get rid of that. This is going to have part of the 3 there as well. Can't be anything there. Get rid of this, nothing there, so the 2 has to be there. Get rid of this and this. 1 here, 2 there. Get rid of all of that on that side. Now then. Now that we're basically back where we started, but no real help after that. Guess we can go like this. That tells us where that is, and this. Get rid of that. And all of that. 3 here. 1 there, 1 there. Nice. Let's go with the next one now. What do we got here? We have a 2 and a 16, so we can go probably 14 here. Go over to 10. I think I just saw 1 whole row is already done. This can go to here, then there's 8 there. This goes over to here. I'm just trying to figure out why these are so much easier, it feels like, than the last one. 4, that is to 7 now. Nearly to 7, I should say. I wanted to go left, it went down. Starting strong today, I see. I'm just going to go from the bottom here. Yeah, thought so. 3 here. We can get rid of this. This can go to 10, then 9, 6, 3, 2. And we have 4, 11, 10, 4, 4, 13, 6, and 2. All of this is done. 2 here. That's now done. This is done, so the 7 is already done there. Okay. This is already a 7, 2. These are 4s, 10, 11, 13, and 6. This one is already done. Not sure where the 1 is, either here or here. This is a 2. Part of the 4 is going to be there. That's a 2 already. This actually could still be a 2 and then a 1 there. But the rest of this is done. Okay, well that kind of explains what's going on there now. And 2 space 11 is actually almost figured out, but not quite. That actually could be a 2 space and a 1 there. It's actually a very... Nope, that's literally what it is. 1 there. Now this can't be there. And this has to be a 2, so there's another 1 here. We have 1 here. This will just go straight up to 4. 2's there. And this has to be... Well, this has to be a 3, so there's a 1 there. The 2 has to go here, get rid of both of those. Now this 7, I think that's 9, so if we go to 5, we can connect these. That's the 4 right there. This has to be a 2, get rid of that. And there's the 4. 3 here, 2 has to go there. The 11 was not right to the edge. That's a 1, get rid of all of that. These are 2's. And then 1 and 1. Wow. This one's taking quite a bit of time, but it's not nearly as obnoxious. 2 here. Can't have a 5 there. Can't have a 2 here, so the 6 is just there. So that finishes all of this. Can't have a 5 here. This 4 cannot go there. This has to be... No, it doesn't actually. Wow. Nothing there. This has to be the 1 now. 2 here. And... So a 3 has to go here. Has to be a 2 here, or 2 space, 1 space? No, I actually could go like that. Maybe I was speaking too soon about how easy this was. Would be the first time I jinxed myself. Won't be the last. Of course, here comes the tankards. 4 could go there. Both 3s can go down here. So a 2 and a 1 can go up here. How about a 1 there? Wow. So this is a 1 here then? Great. It's funny how that literally doesn't help at all. We can go like this. And there can't be a 3 there, so this has to be the 1. 2 here. There's the 4. Get rid of that. So this has to be a 2. So all of the 1s are accounted for. There's a 4 there. And 3 space. Nope. Not really what I want to test right now. Here's a 3. Get rid of that. 2 there. So this has to be the 3. So 1 over here. So we can go 2 there. Get rid of this. Now we know the 4 can't go here. We know the 3 can't go there at all. I guess that helps out more than I was expecting to get any more help in this level. Still not even close to being able to say that I know exactly what's going on. Mainly because of all of this. Hold on. 3 space. Close. We can go 2 and then probably 1 here. So nothing there. Does this help at all? Yes, it does. 1 here. So this has to be a 1. There's a 1 here. Get rid of this. This has to go to here. Can't be a 1 there. Can't have anything here. A 1 there. Get rid of this. This here. Get rid of that. 2 there. 3 here. Like this. Get rid of that. And all of that. This has to be a 2, which it's not. Can't have a 2 there either, obviously. This 2 has to go there. Get rid of that. There's the rest of the 3. Get rid of the rest of this. 1 here. This level is obnoxious. And having constant headaches doesn't help the matter at all. Shockingly, I know. So the 2 has to go in here somewhere. This has to be another 1. Get rid of that. Anything. At all. 1 here. I don't like the fact that I had to question that. Can't be anything here. The problem is that there's just a 1 down here, so there's really no help beyond 1 here. There has to be a 1 over here. But there has to be a 1 here. So, okay, this one's done, which lets us get rid of that. Finishing up all of these. That might actually help out way more than I could ever imagine. Because now there's a 1 here and a 1 there. There's the rest of the 3. 1 here, get rid of that. 3 here. That's a 3. Then there's a 3 over here. Which gets rid of all of these. 1 there, and a 1 there. Wow. Long enough first level? What did I just create anyways? Is that like a T-Rex? Okay. I'll give it for a T-Rex. Having it take that long just for a T-Rex, I mean, is this a 25 by 25? I don't think I've seen these in a long time. I'm not going to complain at all. I was fully expecting them not to have 25 by 25s, but if they're going to actually have them, I have no complaints. Now, why would I want a larger level? Naturally, because it has to be easier at the start at least. 1 there, gets rid of all of this. Now, if I had to take a guess, the 1's going to be here. Am I creating a scenery? This can go up to 7. 1 here, and then a 2 there, gets rid of all of this. Now, I actually don't know where the rest of that 8 is going to go. We do know that that is there. This can go up to a 3. This is just a 3 in here. Get rid of that. This can go up to a 5, get rid of this, and this. Can't have that there. So there's the rest of that. This can go up to a 7. This cannot do anything. Neither can any of that. This can go up to a 5. Up to there, 1 there, get rid of that. 1 here, get rid of this. So the rest of the 3 is somewhere in here. But for now, let's just continue what we were doing before. Bunch of 2s there, 3s here, and a 3 here. Getting rid of all of this and this. 1 there finishes up all of that. This 1 has to go here, finishing up all of this. And 13. What is this? Up to 16. So we can go 10 in the center. Finishing all of this. What is this, like some kind of a prehistoric cityscape? I don't think they existed quite yet. Obviously nothing there. Obviously nothing here. So this just has to go there. This can go up to 5, and that guarantees where the 13s are going to be, which is here and here. Nothing here. This 8 does in fact go to there, not the one over here. Get rid of this, and 1 there, 1 here, and 1 there. What is this? What did I just create? Is this a rocket ship? Why is there like a missile in the dinosaur levels? Oh, okay, time porting device. Sure. That explains a lot. I don't know what the story of this game is. Why didn't you not just finish all of these for me? This is just... They should have just been left blank. Like, just cross those out for me. Look at how obnoxious this level is going to be now. 3, a bunch of 2s, get rid of this, 2 here, get rid of that. And now to 14, and 13, and 10, 9, bunch of 8s, 17, 19, 8, 9, 14, 18, a 9, and then clear up to 21. Surprised I didn't make any mistakes in all of that. Get rid of this. We have... This goes to 7, and then a 5. Getting rid of all of this. These can be finished like that. This goes to 7 and then a 5. This looks like maybe a mammoth of some sorts. I don't think that's the right era though, but with considering the fact there is a missile turret, what do I know when it comes to eras? This game has got its own story. 2, 4, that's a 1, get rid of all of this. 10 here. 2 3s, down to 8. This is there, get rid of the rest of that. All of that is done. Finish all of this, this, and this. This goes to a 4, bunch of 6s, to a 3 here. Then there's a 3 and a 3, finishing up all of that. This goes up to 5. I actually don't know if that's 4s or not. 3 here. This is all done, so is that. Can't have a 3 there, so this is now a 7. This is actually, well, that was very simple. 2 here, finishing this. 2 here, finishing that. 2 here, finishing this. This actually goes to 4. This goes to 9. And this one's done already. That's a 4, so this 3 is over here, finishing this. 4 space 3, that's literally just like this. Finishing up this whole line and this whole line. So the 3 has to go here. That's a 2. There's the 4. Done and done. 3 and a 3. And there's the 5. Wow. Isn't it weird how the 25 by 25s take way less time than the 20 by 20s did? It's like they're trying to learn the best pterodactyls. Ha ha ha. Ha. Oh man, Cat Quest could only dream to make that kind of joke. 25, 25, 25s. Like that. And we've got a 3, a 4, a 12, another 12, an 11, a 3, a 9, another 3, and a bunch of 4s over here. Now this actually can go to 7. And get rid of all of this. Is there anything on this side? No. Anything on this side? Yes. 4 there. This can go to 12. Get rid of all of that. Finishing all of this. And do we have any help from here? I would not be shocked if the answer is no, but this is still the start of the 25 by 25s. And it's not like they do a lot of 25 by 25 maps. So, to 10, get rid of that. That is to 3. This is now to 11. Get rid of this. Nothing over here either. This is a 3. That needs to go up to a 5, so there's the 9. Finishing that. This can go up to a 6. This to a 10, finishing this. I don't think I ever looked at the top. Nope. This can go to 7, then to 4, then to 19. Which finishes all of this and all of that. This goes to a 4 and then a 2. This can go to a 10, and then a 2 here. Nothing there or there. This goes to a 7. And then a 4. This is a 9. Finishing all of that. And this. 3 there, 1 here finishes that. This 5 has to go here. And then a 7 there. Nothing here or there, so 2 is there. Finishing that entire row. This can now go to 15. And this can go to 5 on both of these. This is literally just to 3 and then it's done. This can go to 4. There's the rest of the 8. This can now go to 16. What am I making? What is this? 1 here, get rid of that. It looks like a really bad stick figure Neo doing the Matrix, basically. Like, I don't even know where to begin with what I am currently creating. This goes to 11. Considering there is time stuff in this game, it's like, you can't really guess either. For all you know, it's some, like, futuristic duck that can fire lasers out of its face. I'm sure I probably just named a bunch of, like, DOS games from the 80s. Like this. This can now go to 7. Actually, it can go to 8. And actually, all of this is just like that. This can go to 7 here, finishing up all of this. And nothing here either. Has to go there, and then 1 there. Like, what is that? Is that a lizard with a bionic hand cannon? Yeah, laser raptor. I told you, I was close. If chickens can be related to dinosaurs, then ducks can too. Now this game is completely impossible to try to... Like, even if they told you what the question mark is, would you know what that was supposed to look like? I don't think they even knew what it was supposed to look like. 5, 8, 5, 4, 4. A bunch of 4s all the way to here. And a 5 here, and a 2. Finishing all of that. All of this is also done, as well as that. We have a fifth of the puzzle done for us, and yet I feel no guarantee that it's a win. 2 here. This goes up to an 8. 2 there. This is just a 6, which finishes all of that. Now, does that help at all? I don't honestly think so. Can't go there. This goes to 8. Now to 17, finishing up all of that. 5 here. 2 there, gets rid of that. 5, 8. That's there. Now how much space is here? Because if it's 17, it is not even close to 17. Well, you can't have a 12 here. It's not enough space. So the 12 has to go here, which finishes up that entire column. The 17 would be close-er. What's this way? 17. Nope. Well, hold on. 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Closer. What about this? Can I go, like, 4 here? Would that be 8 on both sides? Yes. Now we can go 3 there. And this can only go to here and to there. I'm just trying to get any help on this. This can go to 9 there, but this is clearly longer than that on this side. This 17, is that 14? Yes. And this is going to be one of the 2s, so we can go 1 here. Now that takes and gets rid of this, as well as all of these. I'm really surprised I didn't just lose. Where does this 11 go up to? So we can go up to here. This can go to 6, finishing up all of this, which might actually help out quite a bit. However, there's just a ton of 2s on this side. How about this 16? Is it up to 12? Yes. And all of this is 2s. So, problem is I don't know if this 9... Can I go to 7? No, I probably want to only go to 5. Because that way I can include this. If necessary. This goes to here, get rid of all of that. So this 9 has to go this way now to 7. We have a 1 here, which does help. Honestly, that's probably what I was missing. This also has to be a 1. So this goes to 10. And then there's a 6 over here, which finishes that entire row. Now this can go to 8. This can go up. Not entirely sure what's going on there. This can go to 2. 1 here gets rid of all of this. And that. And this. 1 there gets rid of all of that. And this. 1 here gets rid of that. These are all 2s, so this can go to 10 on this side. And if this is 2, that's a 1. This goes to 8. This 9 can't go over here, so this has to be a 1 there. Now if that's 6, this has to be the 2 over here. Plus there's not enough space for 2 there now anyways. Nothing here. So that has to be a 2 there. Get rid of this. These are 1s. This is a 2 there. This is a 1. This goes over to 16. Finishing up all of that. This can now go to 17. This is all done anyways. This goes here. There's the 6 and the 2. Gets rid of that. Where's the 11? This goes up to 11. There's the 2. This is a 1. There's the 14 here. This is like a fern. I feel like I've seen ferns way too often because of the fact that I played Zoo Tycoon 1. This looks like the definition of the tropical fern that the animals were, or the dinosaurs were obsessed with. Well, dinosaurs and I think the chimpanzees. I want to say that was kind of the one thing that was so weird about the animals in Zoo Tycoon, is because you'd have some animals that were like, the dinosaurs like this kind of foliage, and you're like, oh, well then naturally no other animal would really like that kind of foliage. Well, you're semi-right, besides the chimpanzees. We don't know why, but for some reason they prefer the plants the dinosaurs liked. Yeah, Jurassic fern, I literally called it. It was a fern. That's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. I don't know if I ever want to brag about something like that. Ah, yes, I can just do the portrait of a fern, and I can just tell that's a fern. 2 there, there's a 14 over here. This can go over. I clicked too many times again. Let's get the 25s out of the way first. Just get all the easy ones done, and then we can start focusing on... My mouse is just not clicking the full time. There we go. This goes up to here. And we can get rid of this and that as well. Let's just get rid of all the ones that have like one number. 13 and 11. We have 15s here and here. And that is it. And now we can go 9 and 14. Getting rid of all of that. These are all 5s, so is this and this. These are all 5s. Not these. Or these. That right there. And a 4 here. This goes over to a 9. Get rid of that and this. 2s here. Finishing up all of these. This goes over to an 8. This can go over to an 8 as well. This is a 5. Let's just make this the 8. This goes up to a 9. This 5 is here. We'll probably realize that that 5 is basically there too. Yep. And get rid of all of these. 5, 5. In the past, I would have just simply navigated to the notepad and it would have kept the screen up. 2 and 2. So this is like a Bronchiosaurus. One of the things I expected in Zoo Tycoon, but when I didn't see it, I was like, well, they have the Apatosaurus, and at the same token, if the Apatosaurus is a problem, I feel like the Bronchiosaurus was probably bigger. Sorry, what? Sauroposeidon? Sleep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 2. Let's just go like that. Actually, I'm really just gonna do this. Let's just take the time. Try to eliminate stupid mistakes. When you don't get enough sleep, you have to eliminate stupid mistakes. 19, 19. That's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 3. These are all 3s. Finishing up all of this. And this. And that. And all of these. This goes to a 4, finishing all of this as well. I think the 5s literally have no other choice but to be here. Which finishes, well, and this, and that, and this, This is like my worst kind of puzzle, just simply because of the fact that there's so much I am realizing that I am wanting to get it finished quickly so that I don't forget where to go with it, and naturally that means that I end up making mistakes because I'm going too fast. 7 here, gets rid of all of these. 5 here, and then the 2's have to go there. Getting rid of all of these. This has to be a 3. Gets rid of that. And then the 22 then goes to here, and to there, and then 1 there. So what is that? The rocket going off? Or the missile going off? Are we going to have a whole 25 by 25 levels in space? Liftoff. Might be. Final one for this one. We have a 25 on the very bottom, so this is no longer even remotely concerning to me in terms of difficulty. So naturally this will be the most difficult map I've done on the entire game. 9, 2. I interchange map, level, puzzle, set. 12, 2. Somebody holding a thesaurus right now is probably like, you're missing 15 different options. 8, 2, and 3. And half of them don't even make sense. This goes over to a 7, up to a 6. And this can go to 14. Actually, now it's just to there. Is this 21? No, it's 19. Okay. This can go to 9. Nothing here. 1 there. This goes to a 5. This can go up to a 7. This can go there. This goes to an 8, 4, and a 1. This can now go to a 7. This goes up to a 5, finishing that. This is there. Get rid of this. That's the 3. And we have a bunch of columns done that I didn't cross out. 2 here. This can go up to a 13. This goes to a 4. This is literally just an 8. And then to a 19. Getting rid of all of that. 6. This is just all done. This is all done. 6, 9, 11 here. This goes to a 5. This is a 4, finishing that. 11 can't go over here. This can go to a 10, finishing that 4. This is a 2, this is to a 15, so is this. This goes to a 12. Got a 6 there, that's a 9 already. There's a 17 here. I'm honestly impressed by how we have done so many of these lines, and we still don't know where half of this area over here is yet. Okay, this is just a 10 here. Finishing that. So the 15 now is findable. 1 here. This is already a 6, so this 1 has to go here, which does actually finish this. This has to be a 4, finishing that. Then there's a 10 here, finishing all of this. This 16, now we know completely, can go here. Or has to go there, I should say. Get rid of this. This 1 has to go here, so there's just a 15 there, finishing these 2 rows. This is a 6 already, yes. This can go to 7. This can go up to 12, finishing 3 more rows. This is a 2 and that's a 2, finishing this row. 4 here, finishing that. 4 here. And this one is also done. The 7 just right here. Yep. Finishing that. Is this just 13 here? Yes, it is. 4 here. These are all done. So is all of this. There has to be a 1 here. Finishing that. And this. And all of this. Has to be 2 more 1s, so 1 there and 1 here. Finishing that and this. So this 1 has to go there. This is done. This goes to an 11. We'll probably do 1 more level for this recording session. What did I just make? Is that an alien spaceship? Lunar Fortress. Well, got another level done. I think there's another whole set still. Yeah, now we're on the moon. You can't just pull the moon over here. 20 by 20. Okay, so it's not going to be entirely 25 by 25s, but I don't know how I feel about that. It means the difficulty's about to spike again. We can go to 14? Wow, we actually can. Impressive. What about this way? 10? This would bring us to 8. To 12? We can go to 12. Okay. Sure. Whatever. This can go to 6. This can go to 10. This can go to 7. This to 9. I'm just hoping that I can get some kind of help. This can go to 5. Honestly, just hoping that by accident I'll find something out and be like, oh, we can't have anything here, but of course that's where a 1 is. No help at all. This will probably be connected. It can actually go to 14, we learned from over here. Okay, can't have anything here. 1 there. Can't have anything here either, because a 7 has to go there. 1 here in the center. Close, but no. Nothing here. Nothing there. This can go 1 further. These have to be connected. Actually, this 13-2 I think is just straight up and down. Yep. And then this 5 has to be connected here, so nothing here or to there. Can't have anything here, so 2 there, get rid of this. This is a 5. This now can go to a 9. This has to be connected. 1 here, so there's an 8. These have to be connected. Can't have anything there. Nothing here either. What about this 12? Close. We can get it to 11 though, which does say that there's nothing here. 7 there, get rid of this. 2 here. Get rid of that. There's a 10. This has to be connected to there. Here's the 14. 5 there, get rid of this. There's the 4. Nothing here. Has to have 1, so to there, get rid of this. Finishing up all of that. Can't go here. So this 14 has to have 1 there at least. 1 here. Nothing there. This goes to 14. Nothing here. Is this 10? No, it's 9. So we can get rid of this. And this. So there's the 11. I think that's literally 10. Yes, it is. So 4 here. Get rid of this. Can't say anything about that yet. These have to be connected. Is this 10 yet? No, but we can get rid of that. Can't have anything here either or there. So this has to be the 2. There's the 9. There's the 2 for the 6 and 2. This 8 is already found. This 15 is already found. Can't have anything here, so nothing there either. There's 15, get rid of that. There's 14, get rid of that. 1 here. This has to have a 1 here. Then this can go to 10. I feel like I'm just missing like one more thing that would just finish all of this. 10, that's fine still. What about this? Okay, can't have anything there. So 2 has to go here. There's the 13. 1 there. Get rid of that as well. Finish this and this. 2 here. Get rid of that. And there's the 7. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Then 10. 2. Get rid of this and this. 2, 2, and 1. Nice. So if we're going to be working on 20 by 20s again, I expect this set to at least start very difficult. Sputnik probe. It all goes back to the beginning. Where even are we right now? That's just a giant building on the moon. 1712. Half of this is already finished, but I am noticing 5 space, 5 space, close. You can go 2 here, this can go to there. And I can't have 1 here. We can't have 1 there now. So this can go here. And then this can go to there. And then there's the 7. And a 4 here. Bunch of that. 3 there, 2 here. Get rid of that. There's the 5 and the 5. And now we can go 3 here, get rid of that, get rid of this, 2 here, 1 there, get rid of that, this goes to 5. Finishing all of this. I don't know why these puzzles are so much easier than the other ones were. I do understand the fact that they're new size puzzles, being 25 by 25. It's not like we've done a ton of them like we were doing a ton of the 20 by 20s. So that's usually how it works when it comes to determining the difficulty, but you would have thought by now they would have just gone, well, you've played 5, so good enough. 1 here, get rid of that. And now we don't really get any help after this, do we? Well, I guess this is just done already for us, so never mind. And then a 7 here. And 6 here and there. Get rid of this. I think that's literally just 7. It is. This can go to 4 now. All of these. This goes up to 3. This can go to 11. 4 there and there. 2 here, add 2 there. Get rid of all of this. Has to be a 4 here, here, and here. Get rid of that. And get rid of this. 2 here, 2 there, 2 here. Get rid of that. This can go up to 12. 25 by 25 to make a very, very detailed torch. No, sorry, the eternal flame, my bad. Now this has to be the last one, because now we're doing one picture to represent every single area that we have already done. It's one of those, like, boss rushes almost, except for it's in a puzzle game, so it's not nearly as intimidating. 9 to a 6 here, we can get rid of that. Then we can go up to 4 here, get rid of this. This can go over to 15. This can go to 13, then get rid of this and this. This can also go to 13. This can go up to 5. Then we have go to 9. Now this is already a 5 here. I think this is literally just 8. It is. Can't be there, so it can't be here either. Or there, or here. Trying to think if there's a faster way to go about this. This is a 7 right here. There we go. This should help out. 8 there. We have 4, 5, and 3. Getting rid of all of that. And this can't be here, so this is just to 7 and then to 9. Getting rid of all of this. And this. Nothing there, but there's the 3. Get rid of that. This is a 3 here. Get rid of that. This has to go over here, so there's the 15. 3 there. 2 here. Getting rid of all of these. And 2 has to go here, because there has to be a 2 before the 9. Is this 10? It literally is 10. That's incredible. I think then that has to be the 7. 2 there, and a bunch of 9s. And then the last one is 10. Get rid of that, then we can figure out where the 7 is. Getting rid of all of that. There is that 7. All morning the dog wasn't barking. The second I come in here, the dog starts barking. It's not even like I have windows open to face inside of the house. It's just like it knows. 20 over here, 19 there. Get rid of that. We are hoping to have information on the departure date shortly. By the time this video is out, we might already be there, to be honest. It's one of the things when you record a lot in advance, like, we don't really have a choice because I upload so frequently, and even at this point, I'm probably not uploading as frequently as I used to be. But it's going to go back to normal once we figure out our schedules. But when you record a lot in advance, it makes it so that sometimes you can still, if like a massive change happens, you can still hear. Okay, so the audio cut out once again. This time in a puzzle video. Not the easiest thing to do a voiceover for. So I'll just basically tell you if there were certain parts of the puzzle that I was kind of dreading. And then maybe use this video as a kind of an update video to explain what's going on with certain things IRL. So for starters, for this puzzle, there was a 25 for one of the rows, finishes an entire column. Once you use the now 24 by 25 puzzle, you see 4 more columns are able to be finished, and then the rest of it kind of just finishes itself. A lot of the times with these 25 by 25 puzzles, especially once they originally show up in the story mode, you've got maybe like 15 at best that you're going to see in the story mode, but this one, I think this is one of the first 25 by 25s that I have seen in story mode. So, didn't expect the difficulty to be that impressive, just because they're trying to introduce you to it. But, in terms of what's going on IRL, we are thinking that we will be, by the time this video comes out, we should already have the schedule. So this video won't be too much of an update. It'll be more of like what was going on at the time. As you guys know from the post, if you've seen it, basically can't record anymore because our neighbors are just neighbors, living situation. Every truck that drives by shakes the entire house. Every normal car that drives by is so loud that you can hear it basically throughout the entire house, even if they actually don't make a ton of noise. So even the ones that are on the quieter side are still loud. It's like the house is like an echo chamber. And naturally, if every truck that drives by already shook the house, it just makes everything that much worse. Then our neighbors' dogs constantly barking. Planes flying by, helicopters. I mean, today, just to record this, I had to wait for about 3 separate times, I think, at least 2, from hearing just their dogs barking, plane, like, as I sat down to record it, a plane was finishing flying by. And we're not near any airports. We're not near anywhere. We live out in the middle of nowhere. So that's just, hopefully we'll be getting a schedule going, and obviously I'll keep everybody updated with the posts and whatnot. That 25 by 25 really wasn't too much of a problem. This one, again, two 25s. The levels kind of split up with a 5 by 25 at the bottom, and then like a 20, or not a 23, it'd be like a 18 by 25 at the top. As you can see, there was a bunch of ones, so I knew something was going to just probably take care of all of that. There's a 15 right there, so naturally that would probably be the one that I would think would have most of the ones dealt with. What's funny in this case, doing a voiceover for puzzles, I imagine if I actually was only talking about the puzzles the entire time, I'd probably realize just how stupid I am when I'm playing these games. Because, like right now, it's like, okay, just, do you have a 17? Just go 13 from 2 above that to the top, stop 2 short of the very top, and that finishes like a 40%, 50% of the puzzle. But we are hoping that well, not hoping, we know. We know that the new place we are going to be going to is going to be way quieter. That's the good news. In terms of a schedule, that's kind of where things get interesting, because when we originally planned to move about half a year ago, well, now about 8 months, it was like August. The plan and like intentions from at least my channel was to finish the move, get to the location, and then just continue the schedule as it was, and having the live streaming be its own thing. So I would basically be playing, like, this schedule right now with the, I don't know how many, like 11 videos uploaded a week. And then, well, no, not 11, it's more like 18. And then doing, like, live streams for different games. So longer games, like AAA titles, maybe even playing, like, some Dark Souls or something, just to, get off of the games that are actually easy to complete, play some that are actually take a little bit more in the terms of skill and talent. Not that they would be very quick for me to finish, because we know I'm going to lose about 5,000 times in a Dark Souls run, but at least it would be different than just puzzle games. Probably going to have to change that expectation a bit, just because I'd like to finish these games before we really get started in those. So the first few live streams, probably when we get to the new house, will be just finishing these games. That way we can start new ones. We can kind of have a talk about what games people want me to play. I know I'm supposed to be playing like Medieval. Never worked on the computer, but we can give it a try once I don't have a headache every single day. And maybe I'll be able to think of something that'll get it to work. There's been like people recommending, I think somebody recommended me a long time ago, like Binding of Isaac. There was a bunch of, okay, hold on, for this puzzle, the bottom 5 look very easy, considering the fact that they are all combining to 20 or over 20. Using that bottom group of 5s, and then at the top you can see there that every bottom number is basically higher than like 8, besides like maybe 4 or 5 of them. This puzzle, again, fairly simplistic. Being 25 by 25 puzzles, I expected that. That's one of the reasons why when I was recording, I was having a good time basically just talking about, well, not a good time, again, headache constantly, but you get the point. Way better of a time than the puzzles that were with, what was that guy? Like Troy and stuff. And then the, dinosaur puzzles. They were terrible. That's kind of the big thing for this move that is interesting for me for where the channel is right now, because when we originally planned to move, I don't think I was double uploading. So, naturally continuing to release the once a day videos, and then each game would be played once a week, the timeline and the schedule was going to be like, well, these games are going to take a while anyway, so like, who really cares? Now we're playing like 30 games actively at the same time. So I have to kind of figure out what we want to do so that I can finish these games and then move on. So probably longer live streams. I'll be probably live streaming every single day. If you guys want to just drop by, watch the content, don't watch it because it's not the game you want to watch. I don't mind. Really, in the long run, this channel has always been kind of supposed to just be like a chill channel. Just taking it easy, talking about like stupid stories or stupid moments with games or whatever. It's never supposed to be a thing where I actually was like, let's become an elite gamer. It's like, no, I've played thousands of them. As I've said before in videos, you can't become elite when you have played so many games that you can actually just look at a like screen image and go, oh, this is gonna probably be like 20 separate games come out of my mouth, and then it's just like, oh yeah, one of those probably. So we'll just kind of see how it goes with the live streaming. This game especially, this franchise, considering there are two more of them, I will probably use this as basically a game where you'll see me do like a couple of puzzles to end certain live streams or something. Maybe if I'm playing something a bit more annoying, you'll see me finish the live stream with a couple puzzles and then just be like, okay, moving on. Trying to think of what else I could honestly talk about for the move. And honestly, like even this puzzle gives me no inspiration of anything to talk about. It's like, hurry up, Rush, come on. The fact that I have to somehow voice over another like 27 minutes of this is just the reason why sometimes OBS just annoys me so much that I want to look for a different software for recording audio, and then I realize that there basically doesn't exist any better. That's why I'm using OBS. And I honestly don't know why it turns off the audio too. It just randomly, I'm pretty sure at one point it was because of Discord, but when I had to do the reset of my computer because it just randomly decided to stop working, I didn't reinstall Discord. So now there's literally no reason for it to just stop recording audio. Usually I think what happens with, especially with my computers, is that, or with the computers that I've used in the past, I should say, is that there's like a order of things with the computer. So like if it's the microphone needs to be in use by multiple programs, you'll see like if the program has to do an update and Discord uses microphones, it would just come up and go, hey, we're using your microphone now, but don't give you any warning that we're using it now, just start using it. Now naturally, if they put up a little like pop-up that was like, hey, we're using your microphone, so whatever you were doing before, if it needed a microphone, you're no longer doing it. Well, then I would just go in and turn off the recording for the time being, fix the settings, and then restart it. But I don't see it unless I am staring at the top screen. And the problem with staring at the top screen is that I'm playing a game on the other screen. So, like, great. Now I just don't know what's going on. So, kind of what we're going forward with the schedule, and I'll also talk about why the schedule is going to be so weird, is the fact that we'll probably be doing about one video a day still. And then instead of getting, like, 3 videos a day of 40-minute content of me playing 3 random games, I'll just live stream. And if you guys want to go on and be like, hey, don't play that game, play this game, you can. And if you guys don't care what game I'm playing, you just want to leave it in the background or whatever, you can just watch and join along. You can that way, if I'm doing something wrong, you can just tell me then. I don't have to go like 6 videos of doing the game wrong and then you go, hey, that's wrong and it's stupid. And I'll be like, oh, well, Too bad I've recorded 15 videos in advance, so the next 15 videos is me being stupid. We can just get right to working to completing the game the proper way immediately. Now, some of the reasons why the schedule is doing this. Actually, a lot of the reason, I should say, is that my family is going to be doing a bunch of different channels. So I'll release the information on that once we know more about the schedule. But tons of different videos, tons of different like ideas and stuff. Mainly just comedic. Trying to think of how I would explain like the stuff. If you guys have ever seen like channels, I guess the best way to be using like channels as how to describe it. So like channels like Sigils and them, they do like Minecraft games, like mini games and stuff. My brothers want to do stuff like that. They also want to play games like Apex and do these like skills challenges and stuff like that and random challenges. We'll put like a wheel in it and do like if you lose the challenge, you have to drink hot sauce or something like that. Just to spice up things. Just because sometimes it's too easy just to enjoy games, right? You just have to have that extra added incentive. But and then obviously if you guys have ideas for them or whatever, or something you'd be interested in seeing, you can let us know. But other than that, probably also just some trying to think of the other things we had. We had a bunch of ideas, but naturally, the second you actually want to tell the ideas and explain what the channels are going to be like, you forget everything. It's just going to be fun. I'll let you know the channel names and stuff once we get everything set up, all the other stuff. But that's basically why. I'm going to have a lot of other stuff to do, so I'm not going to be able to just go into a room and just go, I'm going to record World Mosaic for 8 hours today. Sometimes I'm going to actually have to do something else. But that doesn't mean we're going to stop playing like World Mosaic. We're going to finish World Mosaic. Are you kidding me? I'm going to finish this game. I don't think I've ever actually finished this franchise. Also, by the way, for this level, the reason it's taking me so long, not really anything that helped out immediately. The 19, you can go to, what would that be, 13 in the center? 6 on both sides. And yeah, actually, I'm surprised I actually got that math right with that, Nick. And then I basically just used that to a point where I got stumped, which is what you're probably watching me experience right now, which is that I'm stumped and I don't really know where I'm supposed to go from the point that I am at currently, because none of the numbers work out nicely. So now you get to that fun part of every World Mosaic game where you are going, okay, well, hold on, the 12 can't quite reach to the end. So now that lets me know that there can't be any on this part, so now that means that there are 5 over here. And turns the entire game into like this, just the slowest possible genre, which is what puzzle games are, right? Besides, slower genre than puzzle games. Huh. I don't really know. See, like, I would say something like visual novels, but most, like, that's the whole point. It's supposed to be a story. Like, whatever. Too much thinking. Head hurts too much. That's why, though, I'm going to be kind of, like, cutting back on the, like I said, the recordings and uploads of videos. It'll be more of live streams, and like if there's a game we really want to get done, live streams are better for that anyways, because if you guys are just sick of seeing a certain game, I can just go, hey, I'm going to live stream 5 hours today. We're going to go finish the game. That way we can start something new tomorrow. It also, I guess, for games that you guys might want to see more of immediately, would make it so we could just play that. Right? So if you guys want to watch more, I mean, Roblox does really well on my channel. So does, like, the sports games usually, and even the Lego games have been having good times and stuff. So if you guys want to just watch the Lego games, or you just go, hey, we'll just go play Lego games. If I finish that one in the middle of the live stream, we can just start the next one. I'll just real quick make a note that I finished it, go to the next game. It'll actually be a funny thing to see just how fast I have to like walk across the room and grab 7 different games and just be like, well, this game's short and so is the rest in the franchise, so I'm glad that I can just pile 8 game cases on my desk. I'm trying to. There was something else about that whole thing I was going to say, but naturally I forgot. Um, I think the other reason, this isn't exactly what it was, but I think the other reason that live streaming will help out with the channel is the fact that I feel like sometimes we like start a game and then don't finish it, and half the time it's because I forgot we had ever started the game. I have a list of games that I have started, like, Stando Food 3. Never finished it, technically speaking. Because there were achievements, and I don't know if those achievements are even possible. But they're in the game, so we have to go for them at some point. So, we could maybe do a live stream for that, maybe not. Takeover, Papa's Pizzeria. Trying to think, BTD 4. Never even finished it yet because it's a monster. The game is not. Let's just say that the jump between like Flash and the Archives mode on Steam did it no service. The state of the game is kind of messed up big time because the Pierce doesn't work like half the time, and then the explosions the other half the time don't work, and it's definitely not a PC problem. That is the one thing that now with 100% confidence I can say it's not a PC problem. It is just how the game runs, I believe. And I've seen script error codes pop up for the game where it's like, it'll just, BTD 3, missiles were hitting. This is still the same puzzle. Oh my gosh. BTD 3, the bomb towers, they'd hit, and it would literally come up with like a explosion, not registered error code, and it would just wouldn't blow up anything. So the bomb tower became an ultra expensive dart monkey, which I think the problem with that is we had to use the bomb tower, so it literally became a thing where I was hoping that when the lead balloons were released, the missile tower would actually work. And it ruined who knows how many runs of just me getting to the lead and just having the leads just go right by the bomb shooter because it can't pop any of them because the explosion's not registering. And BTD 4 is somehow, like, possibly even worse than that, because half the towers in the game. I'm trying to remember what the main problem with that was. I want to say same rough thing. Basically, error codes when things were supposed to work a certain way, and they just stopped. I also noticed like the price of the towers are different than they're supposed to be. I'll go on to people talking about how easy a level is, and I'll go, oh, well, no, let's see how they did it. And I'll look at the cost of their towers to upgrade, and then I'll look at the cost of my towers, and I'll go, they're in hard difficulty. I watched them turn on hard difficulty. Why do their towers cost like 10% cheaper than my towers? And 10% adds up quickly when you're dealing with very little money because it's in hard difficulty. So it just became an absolute mess. Would love to go back and finish that game and just name the live stream something like, oh, there's the dog barking. Stando Food 3 and BTD 5, or BTD 4, sorry, will drive me crazy. This one, don't even understand why they put it here. I mean, it's a 25 by 25, but 8 of the rows are done. So here we are doing basically a 15 by 15, and in the final area where half the puzzle also is just one number, so that's immediately done as well because of the 25. Again, World Mosaics difficulty goes all over the place. That dog's barking is just so annoying. But I have to get this video done, so excuse it. Understand the dog barking in the background. Won't be the case when we move. So, and again, now I'm losing my train of thought because of a dog barking. Like, and the neighbors, I swear they like make it bark as loud as possible. Like, they could go the route of being quiet, and they're just like, nah, just bark as loud as possible. And it's not like our yards are small. The dog doesn't have to be right near our side of the house. So, main goal and main purpose, though, of the channel in the long run, I guess you could say, is just to continue keeping things very, like, chill on the channel. If at any time you guys feel like I'm taking a game too seriously, or maybe that I'm not taking a game seriously enough, just understand that, like, in most cases for this channel especially, I basically just play games on this channel to, like, relax, as well as to just have a good time playing games that I might otherwise have never wanted to complete. So, that's kind of the cool thing about this channel. I enjoy the fact that a lot of these games I have completed, so it gives me another chance to play games, because I really don't like playing games I've already completed for no purpose. I don't know why. I'm like, what's that term? I'm objective oriented. If I don't get the ping of a trophy, or knowing that I've completed something I've never done before, it's like, why would I do it again? I've already experienced this. Might also be because of the fact that I have, like, a really, really strong memory. I'm trying to remember what the memory type is. I actually have, like, one of the memory types of, it's not photographic or something. It's like, if I hear something a certain amount of times, I, like, never forget it. But this channel has let me be able to play games that I might otherwise have never completed. A lot of the Roblox games I literally would have never played. I'm trying to think of, like, some of the OBs and stuff. At the same token, it also lets me play games that I already have played. And if at any time with the channel I stop playing a certain game, just know that usually it's because I'm either making no progress in it, so it's just gotten to the point where it's boring, so I need to figure out a different idea or a different way of playing it. This level, again, first 6 rows are already done, so we're doing a 20 by 25 puzzle, and half of them are one number that is, like, more than half of the entire row. So again, another easy board, no big problem. I imagine I was probably talking about 50 times in this video about how easy the boards have gotten. Now we're actually talking about something that's a bit more constructive. Still repeating myself, but hey, you try to have a constructive conversation with a dog barking what sounds like 10 feet away from you. And, like, multiple engines revving. It's really not that easy. It's like honestly, it's an endurance test. So, in terms of other games you're going to start seeing on the channel, I guess we can talk about that. I brought up Dark Souls. We'll probably start playing some Dark Souls. JRPGs. I'd love to start playing some JRPGs on the channel. One of the main reasons I haven't started playing JRPG games on the channel is because I don't know what is and what isn't copyrighted. The dog got louder. So, like, one of the games that I've actually completed, like, I think every single main game of it is Kingdom Hearts. I have 1, 2, and 3 Final Mix, so the remakes, completed. Proud Difficulty, Defeat Sephiroth, all of that stuff. Trying to think of something that people who play Kingdom Hearts would go, oh yeah, all the Dalmatian, the 101 Dalmatian, found. Honestly, Birth by Sleep, the only reason I haven't completed Birth by Sleep is because I can't bring myself to play that stupid board game as many times as I need to finish unlocking all the rest of the stuff inside of the game. But that's, like, another genre that I would love to start playing some on the channel. We're also going to be playing, my brothers want to do a bunch of stuff on their channels, involving, like, Apex, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty. Obviously, I said the Minecraft stuff. Dog Bark. I actually have a game on the PlayStation 2 called Dog Island. It used to be a fun game in the past when we played. It's really like a kind of a stupider game, but I mean, I say stupid game a lot. I'm not meaning that as like insulting. I'm meaning like you play as a dog and your job is to go around collecting smells. So what do you think you're spending half the time in that game doing? You're a dog, remember? Um Now ever since we've had that dog barking next to our house for the past 2 months, I don't know if I will ever play that game again. I also would like to figure out how to get some sound into these videos so that the next time OBS stops recording my audio, I can just put music in the background and call it a completed video. Like everybody else does. Um, I'm just kidding with the everybody else does part, but like, gonna be some experimenting with the channel and stuff like that. I'd like to try to play some different genres and stuff. I feel like we've been playing like sports game, like easy game, tycoon, strategy, a game you can complete in 5 minutes for like forever. And probably half of the problem in me believing that is the fact that I record and upload like 18 videos a week. So it really does feel like I've been doing this forever, even though I think that schedule just changed about 5 months ago. So I'm going to probably mess with the schedule a bit more than even what I'm mentioning. Obviously, if there's some games you want to see on the channel, or even, like I say before, genres. If you have a genre you want to see on the channel, maybe you're excited about seeing the JRPGs on the channel, but you heard me mention Kingdom Hearts and you said, no, please don't. I'd rather watch you play Final Fantasy. Or, I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. Welcome, dog barking. Chrono Trigger. Legend of Dragoon. Or maybe you want to see more horror games on the channel and you're like, hey, stop being a baby. Go complete all of Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, because for some reason, a baby means, like, you can't handle GIFs being thrown in your face with loud noises. Like, just let me know. Because, just let me tell you something, our library of games at this point is so big, I legitimately don't remember we have half of them. Right now I'm looking over to the left side and I see, like, Zoo House for the Wii. Or no, sorry. Zoo Hospital for the Wii. I don't know what that game even is. If you ask me 1,000 times what a zoo hospital is, uh, considering we're playing Zoo Tycoon 2 right now, I would say probably the place the maintenance workers sit when they're not doing their job. Trying to think of some other like genres on the channel that I would really like to start playing that we haven't really had a chance to play. I feel like if there's one genre I don't want to play any more of, it's like the point and click adventure games, but I have a strange feeling that at some point somebody is going to start requesting those again. Just let me know. Comments, anything that you've got that might be something that I wasn't thinking of. Somebody recommended me play some game that was like a Jurassic Park Zoo Tycoon type game, and I legitimately couldn't find that game made like anywhere. I think the only version I could find was one in German. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but unless they have like a patch, or I guess I'd have to run everything through a translator, which I guess in and of itself that might be half of the reason they recommended the game, because let me tell you something, Google Translate walks me through how to play Jurassic Park. Not only would that explain what happened on that park, but it would also probably be one of the funnier videos, because I could just imagine, I took like 5 years of French, so I've seen what Google Translate can do to some of those translations, so that in and of itself could be hilarious. I'm trying to think of some other game genres that I really would. I feel like horror games is the one I always go back to, because I'm like, we have, I think, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 4, and then we have help wanted for the PlayStation VR, which actually, as much as some would say that game just contains like 1 through 4 again, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because you can move. I remember you can actually move and you can look down the hallway and see them walking up to your room. And in a way, it's actually easier if you think about it, because you don't have to rely on time like management and making sure that you're focusing on keeping the battery life going for the whole facility. You can just listen to them walking closer to your room, and you go, "Oh, well, they're right about that point where I might be dead soon, so might want to shut that door." Um, Obviously, adventure games would be fun to play more, and I also would like to get more systems involved in the channel. I have a Vita, I have a PSP, we have DSs. I'm pretty sure there's no good way to record a DS game, but it would be hilarious to try to find one. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Like, we have really, really, really old computer games, and we also have some newer computer games. So, just, again, the channel's just kind of letting people know the channel is going to be kind of all over the place for at least a little while after we get to where we are moving to. So, if you're kind of sitting there like, what's going on with the channel? Why are these random games appearing? Just know we're just trying some stuff. And if you want to complain about it, check out the live stream. If you want to go on there and say, why are you playing this random game? It stinks. Go right ahead. And most likely I'll tell you, don't worry. We'll complete this game as fast as possible because I'm already bored of it anyways. And then obviously once the other channels get made, I'll let you guys know. And if you want to check them out, if you don't, that's fine. Everybody's got their own lives, right? But if you do want to check them out, like I said, it's going to be some really different content than what you're used to watching on this channel. And then, obviously, with you guys have seen my one brother, not seen him, you've heard him on some of the videos before, like Brotato and Anime Fate Echoes. And the supermarket together, the restaurant one, and then some of the backrooms videos. And then my youngest brother will be there. So it's going to be funny. We're idiots. Videos are going to be just hilarious. Going to be fun just to record. Some of the stuff we have planned is just like, why? Well, exactly, because we're idiots. So, hey, let us have fun. You can have fun watching. Thank you all so much for watching this puzzle game video. Unfortunately, sorry. Hopefully this won't happen again, and it'll just be me complaining about how annoying the puzzles are in the future. In terms of a rating, I think I gave the story mode a rating. It's like a 6 or a 7. Again, it's World Mosaic 6 at this point, so I feel like all of them have been getting the same ratings. Because it's a puzzle game, so what can you really expect? They're not going to reinvent the wheel when the wheel's working just fine. And, hope you guys all enjoy. Obviously, have a great day. We'll let you know the schedules when we figure them out. And if you want to, fill the comments of all of my videos with other game suggestions. Go right ahead. Have a great day, everyone, again. Bye.